Hey, what's going on, guys? This is me, Patrick, just chiming in here, making one of my first actual YouTube videos that I planned on doing for a while. I've bought some camera gear, some lighting and stuff like that. It's just kind of surrounding here. But anyhow, most of you guys know who I am. If you don't, please like this video, share it, subscribe, do all that fun jazz that everybody says all over and over and over again. I'm trying to make some money off this stuff. No, I'm really not. I'm just being myself and making some food, making some good food too, and exploring. Anyhow, with this recent activities that keeps us all inside, I can't really say that because I heard they will demonetize if I do. But with all the recent activities that's keeping us all inside, I want to make a quick video on how I make my bread. Now, a lot of people have had my bread in many different forms, whether it was a roll, whether it was French toast, whether it was bread, whatever it was. A lot of people enjoyed it, so I'm just going to make this video on how to do so. So anyhow, just to start us off, you need 4 basic ingredients here. So we have flour, we have salt, we have water, and we have yeast. Now you can use all different types of yeast and whatnot. Fast-acting yeast works perfectly fine. The recipe that I use, that I kind of doctored up, basically you leave it overnight, so it doesn't matter if it's fast or slow. It's super simple, guys. These 4 ingredients, you're gonna need some measuring stuff. I have it measured out pretty well, but essentially it's 3.5 cups of flour, okay? I use 1.5 teaspoons of salt here, 14 ounces, so take a swig of your water and then pour the rest in there. But 14 ounces of water, which is just under 2 cups, by the way, if you don't want to measure it. I don't like measuring, so I take a swig out of it and then put it in there. And then with the yeast, I use approximately 3/8, right? So I got a 1/4 teaspoon and an 1/8 teaspoon, approximately. I don't really measure these off. I don't level the top of them and dump them in there. I just kind of scoop. There's one, scoop. There's a smaller one. That's it. Really, you can't really have too much yeast in your bread. I mean, you can, and it turns into something else, but it turns into like a roll versus a bread. But you want a nice, dense core, especially for French toast. French toast with this stuff is just amazing, amazing. I'll probably make a video on how I make my batter for the French toast, because that's really where it comes from, is introduction of vanillas and all the other stuff. All right, so let's begin. So what we have here is I have a mixing bowl and a little spoon right here, and all I'm gonna do is open it up, add my water, 14 ounces of water, just a swig out of the 16-ounce bottle. It's fine, 16.9, whatever. And then what I'll do here is I will add a little bit of yeast. Now again, not really measuring it, so I got my 1/8 teaspoon. Whoop, blip. That's it for that. And then I got my 1/4 teaspoon. Again, not measuring it. It's probably a little bit more, but it's whatever. Put those aside for now. You want to give this a nice little stir, okay? You can stir with either end of the spoon. I like kind of stirring it with the stick end. Some people say you can use a wooden spoon, but it doesn't really matter, really. I mean, you're making bread. It's kind of invincible and forgivable when you're making it. Anyhow, mix this up just to introduce each other, so you get like muddy water here. It's just kind of looks a little dirty water. That's what it looks like. Boy, you gotta love that dirty water. Alrighty, so now the water's all ready to go. I haven't added the salt yet. I'm gonna add that when I add the flour, sprinkle it in. And just to make this quicker, I basically just took out 3 cups of flour and put it in a separate bowl. So now we slowly introduce the flour into the water. This will make the yeast very happy. Give it something to do. And I sprinkle the salt. Kind of like if you were to salt, food, and just give it a mix. Now, when it comes to mixing this, it's going to turn into a dough, guys. So, just make sure you're introducing everything equally. Work the bowl. This is a two-handed method here. You got to work the bowl here, but it's real easy to do. Mix it in here, mix it in here, mix it in here. Looks like I got a little more salt left. And what you're gonna wanna do is just mix it together, the flour and the dough. It's only about 2 minutes of mixing, if that. Introduce it. Then I'm gonna let this sit overnight. All right, folks, it's been overnight. The dough is nice and proofed. It's all ready to go. And you only have to do a few more steps after this. So it's real simple. First thing you want to do is preset your oven. Put it on about 400 degrees, 375 to 400. You know, my oven runs a little hot, so I'll put mine somewhere in between there. Again, it's all roughing. So oven is now getting preheated. Let's get this process started. Just put it in the oven. It's been about 45 minutes, 40 minutes or so. So let's take a look at what we got here. I usually double up on my mitts, only because this one has a lot of, as you see there, a lot of moisture captured in here. So we're going to move the binder clips here. Oh yeah. Look at that. You can almost smell it. Look at that. So now we got to toast it up and let it dry out just a smidge. So right now it's a little moist, damp, whatever you want to call it. And we put it in for another 10 to 15 minutes, doesn't really matter. Again, this is all roughing it, so 10 to 15 minutes. It's been about 15 minutes or so, and as you can see, the edges are nice and brown. I believe this is ready to come out now. Let's take a look at this. Oh yes. Oh yes. Completely done there. Get a little love tap to see how, oh yeah. Sounds nice and done. We'll give it about, probably about 3 minutes, cool down just a little bit, come down off the temperature. We'll go ahead and turn this oven off, and then we'll put it on the wire rack. Okay, the loaf is nice and, well, it's relatively cooled down. I'll make this real quick. Should just pop right out. And there we go. Here is our loaf.